Alright, I'm Caleb Schmucker and I'm doing my presentation on Bitcoin. First off, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a type of currency created in 2009. Purchases and such are made with no middleman, meaning there are no banks or unions involved. There are also no transaction fees and it doesn't require your information such as your name. So ultimately, it's anonymous. Is Bitcoin safe to use? Bitcoin has no safety net, meaning there's no security in place. So when you put your money on there, you're pretty much gambling with it. If you want to keep your money safe, put it in your Bitcoin wallet. Everybody gets a Bitcoin wallet, you have to set it up, and without setting security, anybody can get into your wallet, so it's important to set up a secure wallet. There are also no laws in place to protect your money, meaning if your money is to get stolen or someone hacks your account, no one is responsible for reimbursing you your money, or you can't go to law and have someone get arrested or launch an investigation. So it has its perks, but ultimately pretty dangerous. Is Bitcoin worth it? When it comes to security, no, it is not worth it because it's your money, and people using Bitcoin are usually people that are very smart, using the dark web or hackers. If you are trying to sell them eventually and just make some money, then yes, it is worth it. Bitcoin is ultimately very profitable if you bought one when it was cheaper. Bitcoins are being sold for $6,600 a piece, so the money aspect is there. Like I said, if you bought one when it was $400, maybe cheaper, even $1,000, you're still making a pretty good profit, and it's only going to continue to go up. If you need to send money across the world quickly, it is also worth it. That being said, there's no currency exchange, so it's instant. Bitcoin doesn't have a currency, or I guess you can say it uses all the same currency, the Bitcoin currency. And if you want to send the money across the world or buy something, it's there instantly, and the purchase is made instantly. The pros to Bitcoin. When it comes to changing currency, Bitcoin is the easiest place to deal with that. Bitcoin has no currency. It is the same everywhere in the world. That makes life a lot easier for all of us that want to get money right away or don't feel like dealing with foreign exchange or currency exchange. Money can be sent anywhere instantly. Like I just mentioned, you don't have to wait a couple days. It'll be there right when you send it. And so that way, whatever you're buying can get shipped out almost instantaneously. Also, there's no transaction fees when sending money or making purchases, as to others are charging maybe 2%, 3%. Bitcoin doesn't have any of that. Also, it is independent from any banks or political influence. So you have no one. This can be a con too, but it's also a pro because no banks are holding it, or no political influence is saying what you can and can't do or what Bitcoin can be used for. So this can be considered a pro and con, but if you don't want your money to be in banks, or you want to be able to buy whatever you can without anybody snooping in your business, then it's considered a pro. The cons to Bitcoin. No security, so there is a risk of losing money or fraud happening. This is very common recently. Millions of dollars was lost in Bitcoin, don't know how, and that's because there's no security to block any hackers or people that are trying to commit fraud or any of that. Also, a lot of people use it for the wrong purposes. As you know, the dark web, people purchase drugs, ship it, which makes the drug problem even worse. It's giving drug dealers a lot more money, and it just makes the war on drugs a lot harder to fight. Made the dark web a lot easier to use and made it very popular. Like I just mentioned, people use it for the dark web to purchase drugs. There's also, you can hire hitmen to kill people, or there's all different things you can use on the dark web that isn't for the right usage. And Bitcoin being that, with no banks looking at your purchases and such, it's very popular because people want to buy this stuff without ever getting caught or anybody knowing. If something goes wrong, you don't get refunded any of your money. So if you were to purchase $5,000 worth a merchandise or whatever it is you're purchasing and something goes wrong or it gets stolen, you can't report it to anybody and they can't reimburse you. So that's a very big downside in my opinion. Start Bitcoin mining. These are just the steps. You are going to want to get custom mining hardware so that way your computer is compatible. Get a Bitcoin wallet so that way you can store your money in a secure place, but it's not secure until the next step where it says you secure your wallet so no one else is able to get in. There's a 2-step program where you have to put in some information which secures it so that way no one can just open up your wallet and take your money, but that can also be hacked or got into. Decide between mining by yourself or join others in a group and share ideas. Mining by yourself is a good idea, but also very risky because you may not know much about it or just don't know really where to start, and you could end up losing money or just be a waste of your time. So joining another group might be a better idea. You can share money, mine together, share ideas, and then maybe eventually start mining by yourself and start up a group. Then you'll download a mining program. You'll go to a website, there's many of them, and you'll download the software or program that allows you to start mining for money and allow this to keep you on your computer. And then you'll start your miner, which I guess you can say you start digging or virtual digging, and you have to pay attention to the temperatures of your computer and your router and such because it uses a lot of power and it will overheat. And then after that you just get on daily and check your profits, or you can get on weekly, whatever it is, whatever you prefer. And is it legal? Yes, it is legal unless you are hacking or use it for the deep web. Like I said earlier, hacking is illegal, and the deep web or dark web, whatever you decide to call it, is also very illegal because it's for drugs, killings, really anything. And due to that, some countries consider it legal to use because it's being used wrongfully.